Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 160 of the Karen Knits podcast. My name is Karen, and I'm coming to you from South Central Pennsylvania, where I live, where I work, where I knit, and get into other crafting shenanigans. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. I'm filming this on Friday, May the 5th. I'll get the filming done today, or tonight. It's almost 5 o'clock. I'll get the filming done now and the editing, and I'll probably get it uploaded and scheduled to go live sometime tomorrow on Saturday when I normally post. I'm just gonna have too many things going on tomorrow that I will not have time to film until sometime well into the evening if I'm lucky. So I thought I'll film it today, get the editing done either tonight or first thing in the morning, and just have it post tomorrow. I have to be on campus. I'm going to be meeting up with my coworker we're going to meet up on campus at 9 o'clock and be there and ready for graduation. So grad is tomorrow morning. The ceremony starts at 10. And I'm looking forward to it. We had the rehearsal this afternoon and it went well. And I'm always so excited to see my kids cross the stage and get their diplomas. It's just so cool. So after that is done, then hubby and I have some things that have to get done in the afternoon. And that's going to take all afternoon, and probably we might not finish until into the evening. So I thought I'll get the filming done now and we're good. So slight change, but that's okay. And I probably won't have an awful lot more to show you between now and tomorrow afternoon anyway. So it's been a very productive week. It's been a really busy week for me. We finished up the semester at school, so I had all of my classes, had all of their final papers turned in, all of their final exams done. I got all that graded, everything tabulated, final grades submitted. The hard part of the semester is done. That was finished before lunch on Thursday. And now tomorrow is grad, and then we're 100% finished. So excited. So I'm wearing my Tenya sweater. So again, this is a sweater by Caitlin Hunter. I knit it, I think I finished it last year sometime. Used one of the Quince & Co. yarns. Was it Turn Lark? I should have looked at what yarn it is. I love this sweater. Nice short sleeve sweater, so it's good for mid-sleeves. Well, not short sleeve, but half sleeve. I like sleeves at the elbow length. They hide my dainty arms somewhat, and they're cooler. So I'm not wearing a big long sweater. So I love this sweater. It came out almost tunic length, but that's fine. Once it was blocked, it grew lengthwise quite a bit. I'm perfectly fine with that. So that's what I'm wearing today, Tenya by Caitlin Hunter. And I have 2 finished objects to show you this week. 2. And 1 new cast on. Yeah. But I am down to a total of 2 whips right now. So, and I hope to keep it at that for a little while until I get one of them done. And I hope to show you a good bit of progress on that whip next week. So my finished objects. First one, my April toe up sort of shorty socks. They're done. I'm just loving doing these toe up sort of shorty socks. The yarn I'm using, the contrast color is just a bare yarn. The yarn I'm using for the sock itself are coming from my 12-day advent calendar by Orlando Fiber Arts. and I bought this past Christmas, before the past Christmas, but it includes 12 50-gram skeins of yarn. And a 50-gram skein of yarn is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect for me and a sort of shorty sock. So I start at the toe, do, is it Judy's Magic Cast On? Do the increasing, do the toe in the bare yarn, and then switch to the main color. I do them 2 at a time, magic loop, toe up. So I do the toe, then I do 55 rounds on the foot, which gives me just the right length. Then I do the increasing for the gusset, which gives me another 20 rounds. And then I'm ready to do the heel. So it's just the heel turn and a slip stitch heel flap. Then pick up the stitches and go up the leg. And I do 25 rounds on the leg in plain stockinette, and then I switch to a 2x2 rib until I'm completely out of yarn. And that takes me until roughly 12 to 18 rounds on the cuff, and then I do 2 or 3 rounds, between 2 and 4 rounds usually, of 2x2 ribbing at the very top in the bare yarn, just to finish it off and call it done. So there we go. So these are my 4th pair of sort of shorty toe-up socks that I've been making from the 12-day advent calendar. Noisy, noisy, noisy. So I'll fold them up, add them to my little collection here. Just checking to see how I've got them folded. There we go, put them on the pile, move the candle over. So that pile's looking wonderful. So my January, February, March, and April socks. And it should be no surprise that my new cast on is May. You'll see that in just a little bit. So my other finished object are my Sock Madness 17 round 4 socks. These were the socks that knocked me out of the competition. I could not finish them fast enough to advance to round 5, but I have finished them. And these are the squaring off socks, and it's by Shuyi Wu, and they are done. I'll put them on blockers in just a bit, but it is such a cool pattern. This guy's kind of turning on itself. It's upside down. So there's the front and the back, and the bottom of the foot is a little bit different. It is a good thing these were not competition socks, because I have a mistake in them. So if you look, you'll see how they go from it's like an alternating pattern, except this pair of rounds. I just did the same thing from one round to the next round. So this one, yeah, that one right here. Oops. I noticed it after I was doing this one. I think I noticed it when I was about 4 rounds beyond, and I thought, I don't care. It's on the bottom of my foot, and I was already out of the competition, so I'm like, If I'd still been actively competing, I would have had to undo it and redo so that that row was correct. But as it is, I was eliminated. That's fine. So I'm just going to pop them on the blockers. Get the second one down. I wanted to show you them off the blockers so that you could see what the pattern was down the front and down the back of the sock. And so when you see it on the side, oops, it's not quite even on there. There we go. That looks better. And these will not fit me. They are too, they'll be too tight around my leg and around my ankle. I will not get these over my ankle and not up to my leg. It's not gonna happen. So I'll be looking for somebody who has long, narrow feet with a low instep, basically long, skinny feet and skinny ankles. To give these to a new home. So I'm not sure if you can see the three colors. In the blue, there is a second color in between. I hope that's showing. My color combination might not have been the absolute best, and I also had tension issues with these, so that's okay. They are done, and I'm so happy. So they were done using a combination of mosaic knitting and stranded color work. So each round at most would only have 2 colors of yarn. Some of the rounds along the bottom you were using stranded color work, and the front was using a combination of where we had the rounds with the pink. You were doing both mosaic and stranded color work at the same time, and the blue was by itself. I have fluff on my nose. So the yarn I used for these, on the dark blue is the yarn I dyed myself, and the 2 pink shades were Valley Yarns Huntington, and the colors were blush and can't remember what the darker color was. The lighter one is blush. So there we have it. The Sock Madness 17 round 4 socks are finished, but not quickly enough to make it through the next round. Once I was knocked out of the competition, I put them aside for a couple days and took a break from them. And I picked them up again on Tuesday or Wednesday and finished them yesterday? Thursday or Wednesday? I think I finished them, yeah. By the end of the day Wednesday, I was about halfway done the toe on the second sock. So I finished off the toe on Thursday morning, got all the ends woven in, so they're 100% done. I just need to take some pictures and update my Ravelry page, and then they're done. So, 2 finished objects. I'm happy with that. And even with 2 finished objects, I only cast on 1 new project. And that should be a little surprised that they are my May sort of shorty toe-up socks. They're living in my Moonstone Dye Works project bag. So when I got up on Monday morning, the 1st of May, I opened up my advent calendar, day number 5, and it's this gorgeous dusty rose tonal pink color. Gorgeous color. I am absolutely loving this 12-day 50-gram advent calendar. You have probably figured out already, and I've mentioned it several times, I am such a fan right now of these 50-gram skeins of yarn. They're perfect for making these sort of shorty socks. So I cast these on. I'd finished the April socks. I finished them on Sunday. So they did get finished in April. And I cast on, that's why I put aside the round 4 socks from Sock Madness. I put those aside and switched over and just did the, I finished my April socks and got started on May. And here is where I am so far. So I did up the toes again, bare yarn, and have about 13 rounds into the color. So again, I put markers every 10 rounds so that I can keep count till I get to the 55, and then I'll start doing the increasing for the gusset. But decent progress on these. So I'm really happy with that, and I plan on working on them a fair bit in the next week, although the project I want to spend the most time on this upcoming week is my Rachel top. And I've done 1 or 2 rows on that since I last saw you, so I'm not going to bother showing it to you because it looks pretty much exactly the same as it did the last time you saw it. And that's been a few weeks ago. I haven't worked on it since, oh, it's been at least 3 weeks since at least 2-3 weeks since I've worked on it. I worked on it a bit when we were up at, or down at that cabin for that week, but I haven't worked on it since then. So I am hoping to spend a fair bit of time this week coming up working on that top. I really want to get it done. I really, really want to get it finished. So that's my plan for this upcoming week. I'm dying to cast on something new, even though I cast on a new pair of socks just a few days ago. I want to cast on another something new. I have, from when I made the, let me get this back up. When I made these socks, there are 43 grams of the dark blue left. So what I think I want to do with that is I want to make a pair of sort of toe-up sort of shorty socks with the blue yarn. And I have scraps of other shades of lighter blues and brighter blues. And what I plan on doing is I'm going to go through my little collection of those and see how much I have in various colors and use some of those. Hopefully I have one color that'll be enough to do heels, toes, and cuffs. Heels, toes, and cuffs. Hopefully there's one of the leftover skeins or balls of the brighter blue that'll be enough to do all 3. If not, then what I'll do is I might just use a different contrasting blue. Use one blue for the toes, a different blue for the heels, and a third blue for the cuffs. So I think that would look kind of fun. We shall see. And where it's only 43 grams, I think what I will do with those is I'll start at the toe, work my way up, and I will knit until I run out of yarn, and then I will start the cuff or start the ribbing at that point and work my way through whichever my contrasting blues I choose to use for that. So we'll see what I do with that. So I'm kind of hoping I'll get the May socks done in a couple weeks, or another week and a half from now, and then cast on the dark blue with the light blue contrasts later in May and make 2 pair of sort of shorty socks. What I really want to do is to get myself 1 or 2 boxes of toe up sort of shorty socks, because those are the ones I love wearing the most. They fit the best and they're the most comfortable. And so far I absolutely adore knitting them still. So that's my plan. This week coming up, work on my Rachel top. I want to get the front done. I'm hoping I can get, on Sunday, I'm hoping I can finish the top part of the front and then do the neck and shoulder shaping portion on the front. Then you put those stitches on hold for a bit and then you go onto the back, and then there's, I think, 10 8-row repeats to do from the armhole up the back, and then there's the neck and shoulder shaping on the back, and then stitch the front and back shoulder seams together, and then add the sleeves. And they're also short sleeves, so I'll do them probably half length, or maybe a drop shorter than this one is, because this one does go just a bit past my elbow, but maybe do them up to just at this side of my elbow. We'll see. We shall see. So I'm hoping to make really good progress on that this week coming up. I really want to get that sweater done. I started it last September, and I really want to get it done so I can wear it during the summer. And then I want to cast on another sweater after Rachel is done, but I'm going to do something in sport weight yarn. And I have an idea for something I want to do with that tub, the little box of yarn. They are all sport weight yarns. They're all single skeins that I dyed myself. Some of them are pretty loud and wild colors. What I'm planning on doing is perhaps over dyeing some of them and doing some kind of stripy cardigan. I have a couple ideas in mind, and I'm anxious to get going on those. But I will have to tone down some of these colors. Because some of them are too variegated, and I don't think they would look as good in a larger stripe, because I think it might be just too much weird pooling. But if I over dye it, it might kind of smooth it out, the color contrasts out a little bit. We'll see. That's not even in the planning stages. That's still in the thinking stages. But I am hoping to be ready to cast that on soon, and right after I finish Rachel. But Rachel has to be done first. Has to be. So, 2 whips to work on this week. Rachel and my May socks. So when I see you in a week, I hope to have some serious progress to show you on both. I'll have lots of time Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and possibly Friday. I'll have lots of time to work on them. Tuesday I won't. We're going to be doing a little day trip with some friends on Tuesday, so I really won't have time. We'll be leaving home probably about 8 in the morning, and we probably won't be home until anywhere between 4 and 6 o'clock in the evening, I suspect. So and I'll be doing the driving, so we probably, I clearly won't have time to knit if I'm driving. Good grief. So, and while we're out, I'm just not going to have time to knit while we're out and about. So otherwise, what else is news? So I said school's done, except for graduation tomorrow morning. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for grad on Saturday morning. And I might be able to, maybe I'll take a few little see if I can find a picture from last year to add in here with what my graduation regalia looks like. It's always fun to wear that also. It's an outfit I wear twice a year. But it gets worn twice a year every year. So my eye is feeling quite a bit better. I still have quite a few little floaters dancing around in this top corner of my vision. Sometimes one of them is like this little squiggly guy that's in the line of vision. Hopefully that'll clear up soon. The sparklies and flashes, it's not so much flashes anymore, it's more just little sparklies along the side. So that's settling down. So hopefully it'll continue to settle down more, but it's not too bad. It is feeling better. It's not as bad. The floaters aren't as bad as they were a week ago. The flashing is not near as bad as it was a week ago. So it is getting better. And beyond that, I think that's it. So I will have an extra day of knitting time between now and when I film next week, which I will film next week. I suspect I will be filming on Saturday again as per usual, but tomorrow I just will not have, I just don't think I'll have any time to film tomorrow. So I thought I'll do it tonight and have it ready for you to post tomorrow. So I will quit rambling here and I will let you go, and I will see you guys again in a week. Bye.